Holy shit, we're holy shit, we're parents.
And we're all recording.
Hey guys, this is your doula Hannah. You're listening to Holy Shit, We're Parents, the podcast where I, as a birthing and early child care professional, talk about making babies, birthing babies, and trying not to lose our minds raising them with my ADHD only child husband who has never cracked a parenting book, Justin.
Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm on edge, waiting for a client to call me in for her labor.
Yes.
Feeling
That's very
antsy.
cool. And we're recording this on the 4th of July in the evening time, nonetheless, because what else are we going to do when Hannah's feeling antsy? So if you hear any little booms, they're fireworks. If you hear any big bada booms, they're also fireworks, but we'll probably stop recording because our house is very close to where our local fireworks are shot off from.
Yes.
So there will be no recording once those start. So, if anybody is a patron, they'll notice that by the time this comes out, they'll have gotten a fun little bonus episode that I'm throwing on there because we had a guest. Woohoo! We had our first guest. The audio for her mic didn't record. Woohoo! So, did we have a guest? I don't know.
We'll never
Physically,
know.
yes.
Yes.
Verbally, as far as you guys know, no, we did not.
Right.
But you will get to see our friend Katie. You won't get to hear from her, but you will get to hear me and Hannah doing our thing. So that's will be over on our Patreon by the time this goes live.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And then
I had
Katie
to
will be
upload
back.
it and sync it and do everything anyways, so I might as well just not put ads in it and we'll just upload it.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah. So, that being said, is there any other podcast housekeeping stuff we need to talk about before we
I don't think so.
jump in?
No.
All right. Our video viewers will see that we are joined once again by another special lady of a guest who you will not be hearing from, our cat, Binks. Hi, Binks. All righty. So what are we talking about today?
I thought, since I'm sitting here waiting to get called to a labor, and we haven't talked any birthy stuff in a while, that maybe we should talk about true informed consent and your rights in the birth space.
Very cool. What the hell is that?
So, I mean, with the rising rate of C-sections and kind of...
Which are natural births.
Yes. Defensive medicine and...
I just feel like people who have C-sections
I
here,
hate that shit.
the
Did you have
U
your
word.
baby naturally or a C-section?
Yeah.
And what you say to those
Unnaturally.
people is, if
All
you're
births are
uncomfortable saying vagina, why are you asking me about my vaginal or C-section
Yes,
birth?
exactly. That's what it is. Yes. Hashtag all births are natural.
Exactly. So there's a big, I guess, gap between true informed consent and what a lot of hospitals and providers play off as informed consent, which is really just signing a piece of paper. And
Well, because I think the key to informed consent is being informed.
Right.
Not just getting consent.
Yeah.
And I just noticed firsthand being in with you that very little time is taken for like further explanation unless it's like dragged out.
Exactly.
So it's just like they're just looking for consent. They're not looking for informed consent. A lot of the times.
Yeah, I would say they're looking for compliance.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
They do. It is a lot of shut up and listen.
Yeah.
Is what they want. But it's like, no, this is my birth. I would like to be involved.
Exactly. And so...
Which, saying that out loud seems
crazy.
like...
Sounds fucking crazy.
It's just one of the many
necessary.
things that as like a white guy, I don't have to ever say or think about. And then when I
Right.
do, I'm just like, wait a minute. How have you guys not just like burned places down over this shit? Because I say it out loud once, and I'm like, nope, what? No.
Ew.
What is like this tastes gross coming out of my mouth? Yeah.
So, like you were saying, it's here's some information, sign this piece of paper. When what informed consent legally requires is made up of 4 pieces. It's the risks of what they are telling you about, the benefits of what they're telling you about, all the alternatives to what they are presenting to you, and allowing for the right to refuse. And this should all be before the intervention is started, not during it.
Which I understand in emergency situations that can't always be the case, but there's a lot of times, again, in my very limited scope of just being mildly present for 2 births, a lot of non-emergency situations that it very much feels just like I want to get in and out of this room.
Yeah. Well, and in a true emergency situation, there's no time for any of
That's
these
what I'm saying.
conversations.
Yeah,
There's
yeah,
not
like-
even signing a paper. So if they are coming to you and presenting a piece of paper for you to sign, or like I said, this idea of informed compliance, which is telling you what's going on instead of asking what you want to do,
Yeah.
like that's there may be some urgency, but again, a true emergency is very different.
Yeah, and I'm sure not as common as it is presented to a lot of pregnant women.
Right.
Like, I don't think a true emergency is happening every time they're doing emergency.
Well, yeah.
Like bringing the emergency energy, I guess, is what I'm going to say. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it felt like even with like with your first birth, that was, from my viewpoint, less traumatic for you.
Yes.
It still felt, and the people there were great in comparison, but it still felt like there were times that it was just like, I want to get out of this room.
Yeah. Like, hi, I'm here to tell you we're gonna do this and then leave.
Oh yeah, here's what we're doing.
Yes.
Here's what we're gonna do.
Oh, that's so common.
Yeah.
We're just gonna do this, or here's what we're doing now.
And it's like, are we? Because as far as I know, I'm the only person giving birth in this room.
Right.
So I think I'm doing this, so maybe I need to have input.
Yeah. So I mean, also, they don't tell you in a hospital setting, especially once you've signed whatever piece of paper for whatever procedure, that consent is ongoing. Like, you can revoke consent at any point. It's not, you sign that piece of paper, who fucking cares? That piece of paper actually means nothing when it comes to informed consent. So people don't realize they can change their minds or like feel weird about being like, well, I already said yes to this, even though it doesn't feel right now.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, you can basically tell them not to put something in you right up until they put it in you.
Right.
Yeah, as far as like a drug goes or something.
Oh, exactly.
Like that. Yeah.
You can opt for an epidural and then change your mind after the epidural is placed and say you don't like it, take it out. But people don't realize that. Yeah. They're like, oh, I mean, the anesthesiologist came all the way up here and now this is in my back. And exactly. And that's something I've been reiterating with a lot of my clients lately, is that all of these people work for you. They are getting paid to be there for your birth. You, via your insurance company, usually have hired them. So you have every right to tell them how you want the job done or fire them.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's funny how pregnancy seems to mentally override so many other very like, oh yeah, duh kind of approaches. Because in literally any other situation, if somebody you hired to perform a task wasn't performing a task to your liking, you would either A, tell them and have them address it, or
Right.
B, find somebody else to perform the task to your liking.
Exactly. But with
And with consent as
Yeah.
well. I mean, in, let's just say, a sexual situation, I feel like very few women would have any hangups with the idea that consent is ongoing.
right.
You know what I mean? And I have to be agreeing to this the whole time.
Yeah.
Well, now that I say that out loud, I
That's
think the
actually not that
patriarchy
true,
has
yeah.
spent a lot of energy and money making sure that women aren't comfortable feeling that way.
I'm glad you got
Yeah,
there. That was good.
But like, you should
You should be able to feel
be able to
comfortable
feel that
in
way
that. Yeah.
and understand that. Well, and I guess I'm just somebody, and I have the privilege of being a white male who has been pretty, like, somewhat good looking my whole life. I've been able to get away with whatever. I will stand up
Right.
and just leave anywhere.
Yeah.
I mean, we've been in like medical like research studies that I'm getting paid to be at, and I've been like, I mean, I gotta pee.
Yeah.
I don't know what you want to do. Like,
gotta go.
I gotta go pee. Like, I'm done. we are done. I'm sorry if you didn't get it. Like,
Yeah.
I don't care. Like, is the thing. Like, I just do not care. There's no like polite way to say that to people.
Yeah.
And then if you say like, oh yeah, sorry, like I just don't care. Like they don't
They're
receive
like,
that
what?
well. Yeah, but like you're allowed to say that to people, and I wish more women were comfortable just telling people like, oh yeah, I don't care about
Exactly.
this. And like I am not just consenting to being in this conversation or this situation anymore for reasons I don't need to give you. Bye.
I wish so many women, adult women, could adopt the mindset of our toddler daughter, where we'll just be in like the middle of as much of a conversation as we can have, and she'll just go no and walk away. I'm like,
Yeah.
all right, you're done. Cool.
More power to her.
But especially with birth, it's been so over medicalized that women are taught to question themselves or their instincts first before questioning a medical provider. And that sucks. And that's part of like what my job is, reteaching them that that's not the path forward.
Yeah, or I mean, in some circumstances, like, oh, okay, well, maybe right now isn't the time to teach, so I will just be that part of you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Where it's like, we'll have chats postpartum about, you're allowed to stand up for yourself, but maybe right now I'll just stand up for you.
Yeah.
Which is, I think, what a lot of pregnant women need. And as somebody who is just not a good support system, I feel like I can like comment on it. Like it's something that they need that I'm not sure they recognize if they have not had one.
And that's also a conversation I have with my clients, because there is this idea that doulas are there for advocacy, but we're not supposed to. And supposed to is a thing that we've talked about not liking anyway.
I talk about that
speak
with my clients.
for
Suppose. Ooh, I hate
people.
that. Hate that word.
And I understand that to an extent, but I still have the conversation with my clients prenatally of, what does advocacy look like for you? Does it feel like you want me there reminding you of phrases we've talked about ahead of time, or maybe like asking you questions so that you can then speak for yourself? Or is it, hey, they've said this, like, where is your comfort level with advocacy? Because if you don't feel comfortable saying things for yourself and you want me speaking up for you, but I don't do that, then I'm not doing my job. So I don't necessarily believe a doula should not speak for anyone ever in any case. I think that should absolutely be a conversation you have with your clients.
What I don't understand why, to me, if I was a pregnant person hiring a doula, my understanding personally is that, and I guess this would be a conversation that I would have with my doula beforehand, but going into it, my idea is that like like you're my like you're the person in my corner, like because the hospital is in
Absolutely.
baby's corner first,
Right.
always, no matter what.
Always.
So you're in my corner first,
Yes.
where obviously the hospital doesn't want the mom to die either.
Right.
You are obviously extremely concerned about the baby, but until there is baby, your first concern can be mother.
Yeah.
Where mother's first concern needs to be herself, her baby, usually the 2 or 3 other people that are in the room supposed to be helping but not, and making
Right.
it probably more stressful and like weird and stuff. I know I did that, and I was like trying my best to not, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
It is. And you're right. I am there in mom's corner, like being her biggest cheerleader. But for example, I have a client right now who made it very clear in our prenatal meeting that we just had that she doesn't want me speaking for her. She wants me there to back up what she has to say or answer questions in the moment so she knows what she wants to say.
well, yeah, I guess speaking for doesn't seem like I don't know, that seems like an extreme situation just in general, I would think. And are people taking that approach? Like are there
I do have another
doing that?
mom who said standing up for herself or even attempting to last birth was exhausting. And she wants me educating her on everything, but kind of taking the lead on those conversations
Oh
with
no,
providers.
I just mean, are there like it just seems crazy to me that there would be a person out there providing this type of a service to somebody on like the doula end who would just be like talking for or over or in front of, instead of like, to me it seems very common sense that it's like, okay, we're gonna converse, like they're
Yeah.
gonna come in, they're gonna say, hey, we're gonna do this, I'm gonna be able to look at you and be like, what? And then we can talk about it, and then I can be like, oh, okay, so like I don't think I want to do that, or like I think that's okay, and then you're there to be like, okay.
Yeah, usually. An example would be a conversation with a client who was very adamant about not wanting an epidural. And this happened to a doula friend of mine. Like, entire pregnancy, I don't want an epidural. I don't want an epidural. I don't want to be asked about an epidural. I will ask for it if I want it, whatever. Get into labor, and the same nurse kept coming in. Are you sure you don't want an epidural? And the mom kept saying, I really don't. Please stop asking me.
I feel like that's
But was
when the
clearly
doula should
in
have been
pain.
like,
And so, third time, because this was a client who said, you don't need to, like, I feel comfortable advocating for myself. I just want you there for other support, whatever. Third time the nurse came in and asked, the doula said, she has told you she doesn't want an epidural and to stop asking. And the client then turned to her and said, actually, I think I changed my mind and want an epidural. So that's just one example of like where things can get hairy, where the doula was like thinking
all right,
they
well,
were doing the
can
right
I, like,
thing.
mansplain it real quick, I guess, but like, why would this doula have not just been like, okay, like, is this bugging you? Because like the fact that she's already asked twice and we've said no, that's bugging me. So the next time she comes in, I'm gonna say something.
Sure, that
Like-
would have been a good approach, but I think this doula started feeling
Was it you?
protective. No,
Okay.
it was
Was it
someone at
you?
one of our
Your
meetups.
friend, your doula
I actually
friend.
haven't had a client get an epidural in a while. But it was, I think she was feeling protective was the way she explained it, and was like, I'm trying to help her honor this space. And this woman kept doing something she was repeatedly told not to do. And I thought I was helping. And then I kind of put my foot in my mouth.
Yeah. Well, because I think, yeah, I don't know. To me, it just seems like a good doula is like the friend you didn't like know you had. You know what I
Right.
mean? Just like showing up, just being there for you, talking to you, focusing on you. And like, to me, that's what, like, personally, I guess I would want. You know what I mean? And then maybe it's because I'm somebody who doesn't have a lot of close friends. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like, I would want somebody to be there who's just like, all right, what's up, girl? Like, how are you? Are you good? Do you need anything? Blah, 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 blah. Oh my God, people are coming in. Yo, oh my God, isn't that bitch annoying? You know what I mean? Like, blue, 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 you know? Or
Yeah,
like,
but-
wait a minute. Did she not tell us her name? Did she tell us her name? Did she not tell us her name? She didn't tell us her name. What's your name? You know what I mean?
And everyone's going to have a different approach to that. And then thinking of it that way, you're going to have a close friend who at some point feels protective. And like maybe I think another thing that can happen is a doula questions, does my client think I'm doing my job if I'm not backing her up in what she has repeatedly just told this same person?
Well, if there's any doulas listening to this podcast,
There's
communicate. Like, fucking, like, I don't understand. That's just
I'm
like
just
the
saying,
key
that's
to most
where it can happen.
relationships, I guess, in general.
Anyway, back to informed consent,
I don't know
because
what I'm
that's what
talking
this is really about.
Oh.
There are very common places consent gets skipped in the delivery room, and that is with cervical exams.
I feel like that's an important time to consent,
Yep.
like, because that's just like multiple kinds of consent need to happen there.
You would think, but there are so many times where a provider will come in and be like, well, let's just see where you're at.
Yeah,
That's not asking any questions. So
Yeah, I
a
I
good
guess
provider would...
that would be tough in that situation as the pregnant person to be like, no, I'm good.
Yeah.
Like, no, let's not.
No, I don't want to. But what it should look like is, would you like a cervical exam right now? They're completely optional. It won't change how your labor is progressing. It just gives us information on what has already happened and is your call. Like
I feel like
that's
saying
what
that
it
every
should
time
be.
would be a little ridiculous, but that should be said, I think, at least up front with the reminder of, if at any point you don't want to do one of these, just let us know.
Or it should be, if at any point you do want to do one of these. Because again, it doesn't tell you anything about what's going to happen. And the only time a cervical exam could be deemed necessary is at the very start of an induction to know what medications to start with. That's the only time it tells you anything.
Oh.
Yeah.
Does it tell you, like, how dilated you are?
It does, but
Oh,
it doesn't mean
okay.
it's going to tell you how dilated you're going to be in an hour or less, or
Well,
anything else that's necessary for labor to progress.
I'm not trying to be combative here, but I don't think that's the point. I think the point of it is to just know what the hell's going on right now and, like, do we need to get people in here or not? You know what I mean? I think it's like to be like, oh my God, am I touching a head? Nope.
Sure.
Just vagina.
But at that point, you're in transition, and it's a very different case. Like, the way you're behaving typically indicates where your baby is. Or, like, when I was like, I feel like a baby's coming out of my butt right now. And they were like, oh, we'll just check you. And I was ready to push
Yeah.
baby out. But throughout labor, there's no reason for it. I mean, I had a client
I understand
who
that, but
went unmedicated and had 0 checks the entire time.
Okay,
Yeah.
but again, like, I get what you're saying. Again, I'm not trying to be combative, but I also just, I think it sounds like you're putting more onto one of these than I would have if I was having one done. Because to me, if somebody was coming in and like, I don't know, I know it's not the same, but if like if I was super constipated or something and they had to keep like checking my butthole to see if it was gonna like expand enough for this poop to come out, I wouldn't think they were like predicting the future. I would think they would just be seeing like, oh, is it happening right now? You know what I mean? I guess that's just what I see it as, but I guess
mean,
there's a lot more on it.
Yeah, they increase risk of infection every single time they're done. They're extremely invasive and painful. They don't tell you that when it's going to happen. They're like, this is going to be a little uncomfortable, and it's awful.
Well, yeah, I feel like that should definitely be further explained.
Yeah. Another one is with membrane sweeps, and those can come with cervical checks where a provider will be like, well, I'm already in there. I'm just going to sweep your membrane real quick. That's not asking for consent at all.
Yeah.
Um,
Why? Why would she? Why would they do that?
Because for some reason, medical providers are taught that speeds along labor, even though there's zero scientific evidence supporting that.
Huh.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was something that wasn't studied for a long time and just assumed and is still being taught as fact.
They thought just like poking it.
Separating the membrane from the cervical opening.
I don't even understand how that would have been argued that it made sense.
I don't either.
Because don't you want the membrane to rupture in order
Different.
for something to come out of it?
Yes, you do eventually want that.
Okay, I feel like being attached to the wall would help it rupture because that thing's probably moving, and then it would move the membrane. I don't know. It just seems like if I want this thing to break, I want it to be getting pulled on from every side, and it feels like nature had it doing that.
Yeah.
And then somebody stuck their finger in, and they were like, "Nope." It feels like it would do the opposite. It feels like it would make it take longer because again, this thing is moving, and now all of a sudden, this membrane's just inside of it instead of like attached to it moving. I don't know. I'm not a vagina doctor.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that just is what it seems like to me.
Another induction method / intervention.
I think it's just a lot of weird men wanted to finger pregnant
Yeah,
ladies.
it's so fucking weird.
Because like I know this was only men for a very long time.
It
doing
was.
this.
And we've talked about how weird it is when men want to be OBs before. And I was just reading, and this is, of course, because this is fucking weird that men want to do this to begin with. There's currently a lawsuit, I think it might be in New Jersey, against a male practitioner who was caught fingering the buttholes of pregnant women going through labor and during delivery. And when they were calling him out, like, what is this pain? He was like, oh, that's just all like a normal thing. And a doula witnessed him doing it, and that's how he got caught.
Bro, I hope she like just knocked him the fuck out and
Right?
caught the baby themselves.
That's what I would have fucking done.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
I'd be like, oh, sit tight. Let me advocate real quick.
Yeah. So what the fuck? Anyway,
I just don't want to comment and try to make light of that at all. So
yeah, it's just fucked. But he's being held accountable finally.
maybe.
Hopefully.
I guess as long as he doesn't have a white old man judge.
Right. That's very true. Another intervention that's super common for medical providers to kind of gloss over informed consent rather than asking is with Pitocin, which usually would sound something like, you know, you've been in labor a long time. It feels like it's kind of stalled or your contractions are slowing down rather than picking up. I think we're going to go ahead and start Pitocin.
Isn't this one of those things, though, where it's like once the ball starts rolling, it's probably going to keep rolling, barring anything extreme. It's just a matter of like how fast it's
Just
rolling
letting
at
it
a
happen.
given moment.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah,
Just letting
like it's
it
not
continue.
rolling down a continuous straight hill. It's
Exactly.
leveling out, and sometimes like I mean, I don't know, but I would guess if it's like literally anything else in the body, it's not even just moving in one direction the whole time. Maybe it is.
It's not.
Like I would
Not
imagine
in-
sometimes it's like, okay, now we're at 3, now we're at 5, now we're at 6, now we're at 4, now we're at 6. Like,
Well,
I
that
don't
doesn't
know.
happen. That
Okay.
continues, but
Well, I
not
just say I wouldn't be
at
surprised
the same rate.
the way
But
the body works.
right, but with contractions, those can pick up and then slow down a little, and then pick up and get more consistent, and then space out a little.
I'm sure it'd be like more intense, and then
Right.
less intense. I can't imagine there's much rhyme or reason to how your brain is receiving the feeling of a contraction. Does that make sense? Like, well, I don't think like a contraction feels a way. You know what I mean? I think every woman experiences a contraction in their individual way. So that's what I mean by how their brain.
Okay, yeah.
Because not just like
sure.
the way a contraction feels. I feel like that makes it like there's one feeling. That's how it feels.
I think that's why it's so hard to describe how a contraction feels because there's nothing to compare it to, and everyone feels them differently.
Well, yeah, and that's what I'm saying. It's like that's one of those things. I don't think it's like, this contraction's at like a 3 out of 10. We got a little bit. Oh, this one's now at an 8 out of 10. That means it's about to happen. You know what I mean?
Right,
I think it's just like they feel how the fuck they feel, and it's all over the fucking place.
Yes.
And they don't mean as much as people might attach to it.
Yes.
They like, oh, bad contraction. That means it's almost here. Maybe. I might just be a
or
fucking
you've got
really
another
bad contraction.
26 hours of those.
Yeah. Hopefully the baby's almost here if you're having them bad, you know? But yeah.
Absolutely. Should we stop for a break?
Yeah, we can.
Okay.
After these messages, we'll be right back. That's just to indicate to people that holy shit, we're parents.
This episode is brought to you by Booby Superfoods, the real MVPs of postpartum snacks. Whether you're breastfeeding, chasing toddlers, or just need something that doesn't make you feel like garbage, Booby's got you. Get 10% off your order at boobysuperfoods.com/revive and thrive. That's BOOBIE superfoods.com/revive and thrive. Because your boobs and your sanity deserve nice things.
And while Hannah looks that up, I'm going to get comfortable. And boy, will that be easy in my comfort sweats. Comfort sweats. They're very comfortable. Yeah. You want to say our promo code?
Comfort.com, COMFRT.com/Hannah, HANNAH 66030.
There we go.
Holy shit, we're parents.
Meow.
All right,
Wow, wow.
bring us back.
And we're back.
So, thought we should talk a little bit about the right to refuse.
And boy, won't that be oh, shit.
Oh, shit. Neither one of us are in comfort sweats.
And boy, won't that be comfortable in my plus 44. Plus 44. Lewis Hamilton is cool.
Yeah. Not a sponsor, but you could be.
Not a sponsor, but you could be. Meh.
So, again, you're allowed to refuse any procedure at any point in labor.
For any reason, I think, too.
For any reason, even if a provider disagrees. So if you refuse something and they try to coerce you into it or say like, I really think you can still say no.
You can say, bitch, you're coercing me right now?
Yeah, like this feels like
Are you up here coercing me right now? I know you're not trying to coerce me right now.
So there is always the risk of, well, then that's against medical advice and we need you to sign this form, which is honestly meant to push you into compliance with fear.
Oh, bitch.
And is not fair.
I already signed 8 things. I'll sign another one.
Right.
That's what
that's how it should be.
That's what their internal monologue or dialogue should be.
And then again, this is where your support person, your partner, your doula can kind of come in and
in this situation,
bridge that gap, especially if you're not feeling comfortable in refusal, to kind of back you up and be like, I believe you heard what she said. I think this is the way she wants to go. Do you have any qualms with that person giving birth? No? Perfect. Do you understand that consent was revoked or not given for this procedure, provider? Cool. I think we're good here.
Provider, I'm here to explain motherfucking shit both ways, motherfucker. So what do you need explained to you right now?
But there's
I would be a great doula if it wasn't for all the vagina
The birth
stuff.
stuff.
Well, just because it'd be weird, I think, for me to go in there and be like, all right,
I
let's
mean,
advocate for this pregnant lady. But if once I was in it, I feel like I'd be like, you said we're doing what now? Like,
but there's unfortunately so much fear-based coercion. That's what it is in these. What breaks down to a power dynamic from
Yeah.
provider to patient.
and I think that's where maybe a lot of people might be hung up about it because they're not feeling coerced, even though you are being coerced. Just you're being done so in a setting that is designed to make you not feel that way.
Yeah,
Like, because the whole structure of like a hospital, this like grandiose like temple to like medicine,
yeah,
is designed to make you feel inferior and blindly listen
Follow,
to and
right.
follow what these experts are telling you. And it's like, I mean, I don't know
There's
where I was going.
a
I got all up on my
favorite
fucking high horse.
fear-based
Fell off.
coercion line of medical providers
Oh, that's
that
what it is.
is I've never heard said while being there in a doula capacity, but I've had clients tell me they heard without a doula. And to get people to consent to something, providers will say, well, you don't want a dead baby, do you? And it's like, what the actual fuck did you just say to someone?
I hope if you hear a provider say that the next thing that has happening is I have to take our kids over to our parents so they can get watched. So I can come bail you out because I
Right.
would just want you like swinging.
Oh, I
on
would
somebody.
lose my shit. And it's providers, and I hate to say it because I don't want to add to this power dynamic.
I'll say it. Do you want to whisper it to me and I'll
But
say it?
Doulas
Fuck providers.
have a certain privilege and power that they can bring to the room where providers
Don't want to
realize they're going to be held accountable.
Yeah.
And don't fuck around as much.
I was just gonna say they don't want to find out,
right?
So they don't fuck around, so they don't have to.
Yeah.
Oh, I believe that 100%.
Oh, yeah.
Because like I just know like there's definitely situations where like one of us will get treated differently because the other one's there.
Right.
And like clearly advocating for the other person.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's frustrating because I think about how, I think the statistics right now are that only 10 to 15% of people giving birth hire a doula. And it breaks my heart for what's happening to the rest of those people.
Yeah. But I mean, not everybody has a bad experience.
That's true.
So I do feel like that needs to be said. This is not like a scare people into like getting a doula situation.
I have clients who didn't have a traumatic experience the first time. They just felt like maybe certain things could have gone differently, and this could help that a little bit.
Or I think at the very least, like I was thinking and worrying about too much shit when I should have just been thinking and worrying about this new life.
Yeah.
And getting it out of me safely. And that is it.
Yeah.
Like, I think that would be the great benefit, is to allow somebody to be as like plugged in or unplugged as they want to be.
Yes.
Like without having that like, oh my God, like what if I'm not super absorbing everything they're saying and they sneak something by, you know what I mean?
Right.
I like that's what I think would be the great benefit, because again, and back to like the informed consent is like, it's just like somebody to bounce something off of, or to, like, it's just one more like set of hands making sure something doesn't like slip through,
or even someone there to be like, did they explain all of that the right way, or was there something they were leaving out?
Oh yeah, because I mean, just because they explain it doesn't mean you understand. And there's
Exactly.
nothing wrong with that. Everybody absorbs information in very different ways. So just because they come in and spit some fucking like half Latin medical jargon at you, you're not supposed to understand
Right.
if you are not trained in this.
That's why they're doing it
exactly.
half the time.
That's you being coerced
Yes.
without you feeling like you're being coerced. Again, how the whole system and structure is designed to essentially put the pregnant woman kind of on their back foot,
Right.
feeling out of place, feeling like I cannot push back.
Exactly.
And you can.
You absolutely can.
You can push those motherfuckers down. You're a pregnant lady. What are they going to do?
And I have a few lines that people can like take into their labor and delivery to just have in their pocket.
You shouldn't do lines.
Shut up. So if you're in a situation where they're proposing an intervention and you want more time to think about it, you can say,
I like because that hit different for like an actor crowd and for a drug crowd. Like
of course it did.
don't do lines in the delivery room. It's like, yes,
Either crowd.
obviously we're not going to run lines in the delivery room.
So when you want more time to think, you can say something like, I hear you. I need a few minutes to think it over or to talk to my partner or doula about this. When you want to decline an intervention that's been proposed. I understand the recommendation. I'm choosing not to do that right now. When you're being pressured after refusing, you can say, okay, I'd like to hear the risks of waiting and the risks of doing this, and then I'll make a decision. And then if you just feel completely dismissed, even after going through your questions, you can say something like, I don't feel like I've had a real choice here. Can we slow down and ensure true informed consent?
Yeah.
Because they're legally required to give that to
Yeah,
you.
you can be like, Susan, let's circle back. Let's circle
Yeah.
back in 5.
Yeah. And again, if a provider is saying to you, if you don't consent to this, you're putting your baby at risk. Honestly, I would ask for a different provider because
just gonna
what
say,
they
we need to have bigger
should be saying
conversations.
is, here's the data on what I'm presenting to you. Doing nothing carries X risk. Doing the intervention carries Y risk. It's your decision. I'll support you either way. That is green flag provider all the way around.
Yeah. But even again, with the understanding that all of this studies and information and everything was not gathered from this one individual pregnant ladies. So, like, results may vary,
Exactly.
which I think is something that is not made clear to pregnant women.
It's not.
Because at best, they'll say what you said. Well, here's what the study is. But also, none of these studies were done on you.
Right.
So it is essentially just a very well-educated guess at best.
Yep.
Or at worst, it's just a guess.
Yeah.
That somebody had one time and nobody argued. The more I learn about this process, the more I learn
probably
about
what it is.
that a lot of it is just some guy did something and then a bunch of other guys started to do it. And then finally, probably a woman in the field was like, why the fuck are we doing this?
Right.
Can we study it? And everybody was like, no. And then a man said the exact same thing. And they were like, you're a genius.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't agree with the process. I just understand how it works.
Yes. I do also try my best to give most providers the benefit of the doubt and understand that they are trained in a system that rewards speed over physiological birth and having these conversations, and that I don't think every provider has bad intentions, but
What? Fuck what? I
their
would hope not.
intention doesn't erase the impact of what they're saying and doing to people.
Well, that's across the board for everything in life.
Right.
Yes.
I wanted to
Wait,
say
I'm
that
just
because
going back
I
to
am
you hoping they don't have bad intent. No, they fucking better not have bad
they
intentions.
shouldn't, right?
Like,
but there's just bad people
that just hit
everywhere
me like,
at
wait,
any
what?
time. So I'm not going to say across the board
Yeah.
every provider is good.
Well, no, obviously,
But-
this guy's out here fingering buttholes. And I
Right?
feel
Yeah.
like
What
that's
the
like
fuck?
as awful as that is. I feel like if you find out other stuff, you would be like, finger in the butthole doesn't seem that bad compared to what these other fucked up people are doing.
Yeah,
Even though
right.
it's super fucked up. It is bad.
It's sexual assault.
Well, easily.
It's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
But again, just because they are trained to do things a certain way and their intention behind that is good and to help you with your birth, it doesn't change the impact that rush or force or coercion has on your experience in your birth.
Yeah, and I completely agree, and that's unfortunately, I don't think a lot of people fully understand that the outcome of what you do is drastically more important and outweighs the intention behind why you do anything.
Yeah.
But to speak further about providers, I think a big problem is who is teaching these providers. You know
And
what
where
I mean?
are they continuing
No. I mean
their
literally.
education? Oh,
Literally, who is teaching these people, not young
right.
people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
People typically go into teaching after a career of doing this stuff.
Right.
You know what I mean? So they're being taught by like an antiquated being.
Yes.
So it's like the providers don't even have a chance. I do think that's starting to change because I do think a lot of what has been learned was learned slightly long enough ago for it to, finally be working its way up
right.
the educational ladder. But yeah, I mean, I agree. Like, I don't want this to seem very like anti-provider, but it's like I'm sorry if you're a racist. It's not excused just because you were raised in a racist household.
Right.
You're still a racist. So it's
you still have so much to unlearn, and it's your responsibility to do so.
And it's very easy
right.
to do so nowadays. Like, I can learn more about the birthing process, I feel like, in an evening than a lot of these providers are putting effort into learning about after they graduate. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like information is so easily available that there's no excuse.
Right. And
Like,
and
I found one, but then also debunked it.
and I personally have witnessed good providers and questionable providers.
Me too, and I've only been to 2 births.
Yeah. And the way that looks is just insane. Like, I was at a birth and, the midwife was out in the hall and could hear like how my client was breathing, making noises, moving about the room, and came in and just hung out. Didn't say a word, just kind of chilled off to the side. And my client looked up and said, "Oh no, do you need to check me?" And she was like, "No, I'm just here because it sounds like you're close and I want you to feel like I'm ready when you need me." And she did. No cervical checks, and baby was there 20 minutes later.
We're getting big bada booms going. I just heard the first.
I'm about to do my last example.
All right.
Which was another provider who was using her fingers to stretch this client after she specifically stated multiple times that she didn't want her to do so.
Nothing about that hit the ear, right?
No. And my client was crying and begging her to stop. And she was saying, okay, and then doing it again.
So she was raping
And
her?
I said, why are you still doing that before she removed her hand?
Yeah.
So it's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, no, that's when you go, oh no, not that. And you fucking push the no.
None of that.
Yeah.
So again, there's good ones, there's bad ones. It's all about finding the right ways to support yourself. And we got to wrap this up because of some crazy fucking fireworks going on outside.
Yeah, hopefully we can get to go watch some. So if you like what you've heard, be sure to like and follow us on whatever podcast platform you're currently listening on. It does wonders to help our algorithm. Share it with somebody you might know who either is pregnant, thinking about being pregnant, or just likes funny people.
Yeah,
we're those.
pretty funny.
Follow us on Patreon if you like us so much you want to give us money, because that would be dope. At Holy Shit We're Parents. Follow us on Instagram at Holy Shit We're Parents. I'm at Daddy Muscles. You can follow Hannah.
At your doula Hannah.
And we'll see you later.
Bye.
holy shit, we're holy shit, we're holy shit, we're parents.